Well, welcome to Spuds TV, brought to you by Muscatel Subaru. This is Corey DeLorme. I've got Jack Grealis here manning the cameras, and we will be joining Larry Knutson and Kent McLeod with the call tonight, taking that feed from WDAY Radio. And we are in Buffalo for boys football, so we're glad you're with us here on Spuds TV. Larry and Kent will be up shortly.
Yourself on the job scene when government restrictions upended everything you've done your whole
Knutson.
Thank you and good evening. Tonight from Buffalo, the Moorhead football team gets their season underway as they take on the Bison, and along with Kent McLeod, we are enjoying this day completely.
I think it's nicer now than if they'd actually opened up the season on time.
It was too warm early on.
Yeah, it really was. This is gorgeous out here.
This is nice, and we are expecting a great contest. This game was not originally on the schedule, but due to the configuration of the COVID and all of it goes into that, this became a part of the schedule. It's been 12 years. I believe it was 12 years since they have last played.
That could be. No.
Or was it 12 years ago? 8 years ago, I believe.
8 years
it was
ago.
in 12.
Yeah.
In the year 2012.
In 2012, because I remember when the game got over, I went and stayed with my son and grandkids.
I'm terribly surprised you weren't out hunting.
You made me come here.
And so with that, we've got a great football game upcoming. First-year coach Craig Lockowitzer for Buffalo has taken over. He brought a lot of the former staff along with him to help out the Bison. Meanwhile, Kevin Feeney has become a legend in an early, short amount of time at Moorhead with the success that they have had. And what a finish to last year's season, losing a game, unbelievable finish in that loss to Elk River.
You know, that's a game I don't think any of us will ever forget. It was just
I've tried,
but I can't, and I've had flashbacks. But I tell you what, the way they came on at the end of last season, and with all the work they've put in now to get to this point this season, I'm really looking forward to see what's going to be on the field.
In a moment, we're going to hear from Kevin Feeney, and he's going to say very much that same thing about how hard and dedicated the team was in the off season to the weight room, to the conditioning, and all that goes in to what they hope will be a very successful football season. And so as we continue here tonight from Buffalo, we'll be back with Kevin Feeney after this timeout.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Well, it was just an idea popped in my head when I was jogging with my mom, and then it just all pieced together after we thought of that. And it was perfect timing because Moorhead Youth Hockey was thinking of it too, so it was just a good idea. Donated it to Moorhead Youth Hockey because my great-grandpa donated to Moorhead Hockey, and I think it'd just be really nice for all the money that we raised. That he sat in the same spot at every single Moorhead high school hockey game for over 30 years.
It's their season, a little bit late, but the season gets underway tonight from Buffalo. And Kevin Feeney would take a look. I know a lot of people have been anxious to get this game underway, and tonight's the night.
I'll tell you what, it's been a long process, but you know what, it feels like August right now with the temperature out here, and I know our kids...
Are you guys hearing this?
It feels
Yes.
like we've been practicing.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And so with that in mind, we know that there were a lot of returners, both offensively and defensively. A pretty good core to build around.
We do. We feel good about the experience that we have tonight. I want to say we have 4 or 5 guys that probably haven't seen much Friday night experience. Everybody else has played a considerable amount of football, and so we feel like even though it's game 1, we know we're going to have some errors and we're going to have some mistakes. We should have a lot of veteran savviness out on the field tonight.
A year ago, what an unbelievable finish in a game.
Larry, I'm just going to be hanging out, but Ronnie's going to step into the horseshoe here.
Our offseason has been tremendous, and I think that's part of why I was so interested in making sure that these kids have an opportunity to compete this year. Is anytime you go through anything, whether it's the ups or last year, obviously the downs of that game, it really propelled a lot of our kids into a great offseason. I mean, our offseason started December 1st, and these kids have been working extremely hard and invested a ton of time and effort into the weight room, into the practices, summer camps, etc., and for this opportunity. And so I think there's going to be a lot of emotions going on tonight and getting back onto this field.
Kevin Feeney is with us on our Remax pregame show tonight from Buffalo as the Spuds get ready to take on the Bison. It's been a couple of years since Moorhead and Buffalo had played, and normally it's a pretty good contest.
You know what, we know that they're an extremely proud program. They're a 6A football team that has great numbers, and so we're expecting a lot of athletes out on the field. That's what we've seen in the past out of them, and yeah, it's been a long time. I think since about 2012 was the last time that we played them, and it was a tight football game. And you know what, I just remember both teams really battling. Not either team looked great in the first half, but both teams played extremely hard in the second half, and I would like to say that's probably the stable of both teams right now going into game 1.
What are some of the things Buffalo does that will going to give you some concern?
First and foremost, they got a new coaching staff, and so we're very uncertain of what they're going to be doing offensively with the odd off season that it is, and they weren't originally on our schedule. It's not like we had a ton of film on them prior to a week ago, but we got some film on them last year, but with the new staff, we're expecting some things to change for them offensively. And so for us defensively, it's going to kind of be in that first quarter is trying to figure out what their identity is going to be, because last year they were very similar to us on what we'll be doing offensively and very wide open and slinging the ball around. So we're expecting a little bit more conventional offense out of them, but we'll see what we get once we see their athletes out on the field.
When we take a look at the Spuds and are going to decide the outcome of tonight's game, it's the offense or the defense?
It's going to take both. We've got to be solid on defense. We've got to eliminate big plays, and really what it comes down to is a lot of communication, a lot of hard effort to the football. We've got to get a lot of hats to the ball. Good things happen for defenses when a lot of hats arrive at the ball. And then offensively, it's all about taking care of the football, number one, eliminating mistakes, game 1 mistakes, and really just coming out and trying to get our guys in space and let them make plays. We feel like we've got some great athleticism out there, and we've got to find ways to exploit that.
Our thanks to Kevin Feeney for being with us on our Moorhead Public Service pregame show tonight from Buffalo. The Spuds and the Bison and the opening kickoff after this timeout.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Football and the Moorhead Spuds and the Buffalo Bison get the season underway. A season that took a little bit of a detour at the start of the season because of the current situation that we, as I say, the world is in. But the Spuds and the Bison are getting ready tonight on an absolutely perfect night. It's been a clear sky. It is somewhat hazy because of the California fires, but right now, Kent McLeod, we're looking at an ideal day.
Absolutely. There's just a wisp of a wind, so the wind's not going to be a factor tonight.
See, we're not used to that.
Well, no, they got strange weather down here. But it's just a drop-dead gorgeous day. Perfect night for football. Be excited to see what's going to happen. I think the Spuds are going to kick off first, and we're going to get to find out what kind of offense Buffalo has.
Buffalo will get the ball first, and as we take a look, we know that Kevin Feeney had to play both sides of the ball. We know that. But he does have some good strengths defensively with a good core of people returning from last year, and that linebacking core is going to be very tough to penetrate.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, I was going to bring up the fact that I think Jackson Goda had a nice breakout year the second half last year, and he just plays a good, tough inside linebacker. The Alta-Peter kid does the same thing, Larry. It's just going to be fun to watch.
Jackson Goda will be playing this football season in memory of his grandpa. That the stadium is named after in Moorhead, and Jim Goda passing away during this past year. But Jackson Goda continues the legend, and we will play football here tonight in Buffalo. The offense from Moorhead, we'll take a look at that when we return after this timeout. We are just moments away from the start of tonight's football game and this year's football season, as the Spuds will kick off left to right, and the wind at this point will not be a factor. here tonight. As the Bison get ready to return, they line it up, and they will have their first offensive look. So the Spud defense that we were talking about when we left will have a chance to shine first here tonight as they face this very often talented and explosive Buffalo team.
Yeah, and what's really kind of going to be interesting is that they really don't know offensively what Buffalo's going to bring them. And when the head coach was up to Dakotas, he was kind of a single wing guy, so we're going to find out what they've got to offer.
Luke Gunderson is back deep and waiting as Saif Alawi sets the ball on the far tee as the Spuds will kick it left to right. Here's the lift of the knee, the approach, and the kick is away. Deep it goes and into the end zone. A great way to start the season. Saif Alawi punching that one into the end zone, and it's first down, Buffalo.
You know, and he showed such a strong leg last year. He handled most the kickoff duty last year. Now he's going to be doing both the kickoffs and the punting.
Isaiah Carls is the quarterback. Danny Phillips is a running back. Will Poole, Nick Munstertiger, Jace Janke will all see action as receivers for Buffalo. Cole Madsen and Garrett Pontius are at tackles. Matthew Henson, Noah Carls at guard, and Anthony Beltran is at center as we get the first play of this football season now, and the Bison going right to left. A long snap, hoping to draw the Spuds, but the snap is there and it's dropped, but then picked up, and they make a good play out of it. It was a broken play that still picked up 9 yards. The fumble and the advance, and it's second down and 1.
Yeah, that time it was a low snap, and it actually went between the quarterback's legs. The running back picked it up and picked up 9 yards.
And so the Spuds have Jack Newcomb and Thomas Myers at the defensive ends, Christian Vega, Jack Tyken at the tackles, Jackson Goda, Austin Altapeter, Julio and Gotti, the linebackers. Secondary, Jamal Dixon, Jakai, Fitzpatrick, Keenan Went, and Caden Berg for Moorhead. On second down and short yardage for the Bison. A man in motion out of the far side, Jace Janke. And the play goes off right side tackle, and that's enough for the first down. They will move the chains as it comes up to the 33-yard line. A 4-yard gain on that run off the right side.
And again, the quarterback fumbled that snap a little bit, Larry, and he barely got that into the belly of the running back. Nice job by Moorhead, though. Jackson Goda stepped right up into the hole and made a nice tackle.
As we mentioned, that linebacking core of Jackson Goda, Julio Angadi, Austin Altapeter figure to factor in on most plays for this Moorhead defense throughout the year. As they set up wide to the near side, defensively from Moorhead, Jamal Dixon looking for the pass. And a long count again for Isaiah Carls. Back to pass and looking, and he goes down. Oh my, big play as Thomas Myers came crashing through, split through the offensive lineman, and got to quarterback Isaiah Carls for a big loss.
Yeah, they were trying to run a sprint out pass that time, and then also Jackson Goda came through the A gap and right over through the center's face, and also assisted on that tackle. They had great pressure on that time.
7-yard loss sets up second down and 17. Buffalo on the starting drive of this evening's game, going right to left as they look upfield. Out of the formation, Isaiah Carls waits. He has a pistol running back right alongside him. Here's Carls waiting for the snap. And he drops, steps, looks, throws far side and overthrows. He was looking for Will Poole on the far side, but he overthrows the receiver, and that brings up third down.
And again, he got hurried that time by Thomas Myers. I think he threw that a little bit sooner than he wanted to, Larry, and actually, so the ball ended up sailing on him a little bit.
Well, we talked about the defensive play of the linebackers. Their play isn't going to happen without what happens up front.
Exactly.
Thomas Myers, Jack Tyken, Christian Vega, Jack Newcomb. That front four on the defensive unit for the Spuds, as it is now third down and 17. Coverage on the near side by Jamal Dixon. Formation, waiting. This offensive place call takes a long time to get underway. Here's a play under the coverage, and it is knocked away. Great play by Julio and Gotti, coming across and slapping the pass away, and that brings up fourth down.
Yeah, nice job. They're sitting in their cover 2 zone. That time when the back came across, he picked him up, did a nice job, and he had really tight coverage on him. That was a great play.
So it is time to kick away. Spuds back deep in return.
Brady.
And it is Brady Walthall. And he stands near the 40-yard line as they anticipate this punt from C.J. Fogelquist. Here's the kick away. It is low, and it bounces out of bounds.
Wow.
He barely got across midfield. Spud's offense on with great starting position.
Yeah, starting at their own 48. That's a nice short field. They do the punter does that thing where he runs to one side like he's going to run, then does that sidewinding kick, and that time he just got out in front of it a little bit, Larry.
I think the punt actually was. Well, we'll catch up on the correction of the player. We gave credit to Fogelquist on the punt, but it was a different player that actually scooted it off to the far side. And Moorhead now first down, closing in on midfield on their first offensive play, and they line up in a position very similar to what we saw from Buffalo. And the quick look by Trey Feeney on the near side is open. Brady Walthall has the catch. And from there, it's a possession gain. Not a lot, but enough. And it's second down.
Yep, just a little 5-yard hitch he was the middle of the three receivers. He just ran a 5-yard hitch. Hago took his guy deep, and timing pass was perfect. He came out of his cut, and the ball was in the air already and picked up about 5 yards.
Everybody took notice a year ago of the twins, Blake Walthall, Brady Walthall, and their ability to get into the route and make the play and then make the catch. And so they are looked at here this upcoming season with a great deal of anticipation as Feeney rifles it again. Brady Walthall with the catch at the 45-yard line. Another short gain on the pass and catch, and it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, and it's basically the same play as the last play. He just ran a little 5-yard hitch. That time he tried to back up and thought he can give himself a running game and actually lost a yard doing that.
With the exchange, Blake Walthall checks out. Into the lineup now, Alon Salmon. And also checking in is George Nyenforth, who is listed as a running back, but he is also very capable of making a reception. Some confusion on the play. And with that, Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick, who was heading off the field, then came back on the field, and time is running short. They are inside of 10 seconds to put the ball in play, and it looks like they'll be able to do that. As Trey Feeney takes another quick look. They're running this one right down to it. They're going to take a timeout. Kevin Feeney purposely let this one run right down as far as he could go before taking the timeout, and we've got a break. With 8:22 to go on the Speakeasy scoreboard, first quarter. No score between Moorhead and Buffalo.
Get up. Your dreams don't hit snooze. Because if you snooze, you might miss your opportunity to improve your craft. Put in the work. Your opportunity to be the best.
You never do South and Fargo. We are professional grade.
Underway in Buffalo, the Spuds on the field now after their timeout. And the three receivers on the near side with Michael Haugel wide. Here's the play. Right back it goes to Brady Walthall. He's got his third catch already here in the first drive. And this one's good for a first down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, more at that time was trips right with an X left. He's the middle of the three receivers. Again, just running that hitch. And then Haugel's clearing out from the outside, and the inside receiver ran on under. So that safety has to come up from about 7 yards to make the play, and it's just a gimme.
We knew early on when Trey Feeney, as a sophomore, took the field and in his very first quarter of play completed his first 5 passes. He's on track here tonight. 3 passes thrown, 3 passes caught. Alone alongside him now in the backfield is, and then Trey Feeney takes the snap, gets a block, throws near side. He's got his man wide open, touchdown. Oh, boy, what a play.
Blake.
As it came off the far side and on the run, the catch, the stride, and 6.
Yep, and again, that time, that was just a straight go pattern. Really, he came out and made a little pitter pattern, took off, and what a throw. He led him just perfectly, caught him in stride, and there was no doubt he was going to score on that one, Larry.
He had a step on the defender. And the throw was right on the money. And so the Spuds line up now for the point after as Saif Alawi lines it up. Trey Feeney is the holder. 7:45, the time of that opening score by Moorhead as they erupt. And here's the play. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:45 to go, first quarter on the Speakeasy scoreboard. It's Moorhead 7 and Buffalo nothing.
The director.
It's not a bad way to start your senior year, is it?
Now it's time for the Spuds, who kicked off to start the game. And Saif Alawi lines it up along the far left hash mark as Buffalo, who looked like they were getting off to a good start, and then they faced the wrath of that front four of Moorhead when Thomas Myers got a sack and a loss of 7 yards, and Buffalo couldn't recover. The punt was short. Moorhead took a 52-yard scoring drive to task, and it is 7-0. Now the approach by Saif Alawi, and here's the kick away, and this one is headed for the end zone, and he's 2 for 2. And that's exactly what special teams looks for, to get the ball into the end zone. No return. It'll be brought out to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you watch Coach Beam. He gets out there and he high-fives him as soon as any time that you can not have a run back, the special teams coordinator is going to be very happy. And he has such a strong leg, Larry. And he's not real big, but he's got a nice, strong leg.
First down, Buffalo. As they bring their attack down, they go right to left here. We're in the first quarter of play. Moorhead has scored, and leading it 7-0 is the defense. Waits for this play to unfold. Here's the snap back, and looking upfield. It is high in the air, and it is overthrown. He looked out to the near side for Will Poole, and the pass high and incomplete, and that brings up second down.
And Christian Vega defeated the guard in front of him, and he had his hands in the air, and he had to throw the ball over Christian's hands because he did get pressure on him, Larry.
New coaching staff for Buffalo, led by Craig Lockowitzer, but he was unable to be here tonight for this season opener. And so the assistants have taken over, and they are coaching this Buffalo team here tonight as the Bison face second down at their own 20-yard line. Single man behind quarterback Carls, and a jumping play, a hurdling play, but then down quickly at the 25-yard line. That was one step away from breaking a big, big play. Spuds reacting nicely in the secondary to make the stop, and it's third down.
Yeah, Maxwell Delbrun that time, Larry. He's an outside linebacker on the defensive right side. He read that trap, came in and actually took on the guard and buried him, and the running back jumped over the guard. That was a very athletic play.
It seems to me we've mentioned the name Delbrun somewhere along the way before.
Yeah, he had a couple brothers that were pretty good.
Yes, he did. Third down, Buffalo. Snap is back, draw play, nice hole briefly, and up near the first down marker. The official on the near side is giving it to him. He makes his step out right on the line, and it is a first down by inches, a first down Buffalo, and they keep this drive going.
I'll tell you what, the big left tackle for them, Garrett Poncius, he ended up taking Myers and just caving him all the way down, and back did a nice job of reading it and getting back up into the gap. That was just a heck of an offensive line play by that young man.
Moorhead with an early 7-0 lead. Buffalo's second possession on that first down play at their own 30-yard line, looking upfield. Receiver right, receiver near left side, long count. Here's the play down the line, and a good opening there, and the play heads up as the Bison, Luke Gunderson, moves it forward for about 6 yards, and it's second down.
And the way they're set up, it's almost like a broken eye. They've got a running back over the top of the tackle, and that time they basically just ran an isolation play to Moorhead's left side of the defense, and that blocking back got up on the linebacker and did a nice job on him to create that lane.
2nd down and 4. It was a 6-yard gain for Gunderson, and here's the look from under center by Isaiah Carls. Counter play back to the near side, and the Spuds break in on the back side of the play. Jackson Gouda with a big tackle. He came in untouched and caught up to the quarterback, and the play goes down.
Yep, they tried to run the jet sweep to their left, and Jackson Gouda from that middle linebacker spot saw an opening, took it, and then Myers did a nice job of turning that thing in so that they couldn't get outside, and that just left a nice wide open gap, and Jackson made a nice tackle.
From the 31-yard line, that is a loss of 5 yards, and Buffalo now faces 3rd and 9. Receiver wide right, receiver near left side. Carl's waiting for the snap. It's there. Dropping back and looking, rushing for the screen pass, and it's caught, and the run up to about the 34-yard line is not nearly enough for the first down. A well-executed play, and then well-executed defensively by the Spuds to make the stop.
And again, Jackson Gouda, they ran that screen, and defensive linemen were going to get their hands up. He saw that the screen was developing, and he got just as he was getting ready to make the tackle, the offensive guard on that side came back and just knocked him off enough. But again, good job of rallying up by Altapeter that time.
Luke Gunderson back to punt away. It is 4th down. Bison still needing 5 yards to keep this drive going, and it's still in their own end of the field. And so here's Luke Gunderson. He runs off to the side and then kicks it away, and a nice kick as it floats over the top of the return and out of bounds near the 25-yard line. So a big kick by Buffalo, and the Spuds have a little bit different situation here field-wise with a 7-0 lead.
And at that time, what they do, he takes and starts running off the right. Everybody yells run, so you got to have the receiver has to come up just in case there is pass, and he kicks it, and he got a great bounce and up with about a 43-yard punt.
4 for 4 in the first drive for quarterback Trey Feeney, including a 35-yard touchdown pass to Blake Walthall. And the Spuds lead it 7-0 as they begin this drive at their own 26. Feeney looking, swings one out on the near side, and it is dropped. It was right there for Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick, but it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd down.
And good read. He took 3 different reads earlier. He had an inside twin run on a slant. The outside guy was running a post. Looked him, came over and gave it back to Fitzpatrick, and he just looked upfield before the ball got there, and he just took his eye off the ball just a little bit.
2nd down now for Moorhead as they have nursed a 7-0 lead with a score on their first possession. And out of this, Michael Halgo comes wide, near right side. Flanker out at the far left. Man in the slot near side. This is a pass formation for Trey Feeney, who steps, looks upfield. He wants to go deep.
Nice.
He's got his man. He found the play up near the 40-yard line. And I think that the catch, Brady Walthall, that's his 4th reception already here tonight, and that's good for a first down.
I tell you, credit the offensive line for giving him all day to throw, because that was a slow developing play. He looked over to his right first, and then what Brady did is when he got in between the cover 2 deep secondary guy in the corner, he just sat down in that hole, and Dakon Feeney found him.
40-yard line, first down, Moorhead. A late entry into the huddle, George 9 4th. Michael Hago will go wide, far left side. Receiver on the near side, Thomas Myers. Trey Feeney directly behind center, Max Soeth waits. Here's the turn and the look upfield, and again he's on strike. Here is Blake Walthall. He's going all the way. Blake Walthall on a 60-yard touchdown reception. 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns, Blake Walthall.
And all they did was run about a 5-step quick post, and when he cleared the corner, they threw it between the corner and the safety. The safety came up, couldn't make the tackle, and then I tell you, he had a guy bearing down on him. He showed great ups to get up the field and score on that, because the guy looked like he had an angle on him. He ran away from him.
He stepped out of the would-be tackle and went the rest of the distance. 60 yards all the way on the play. Moorhead lines up now for Saif Alawi to tack on the point after. The snap is back and put in place. Alawi with the approach, and the kick is true. Spuds score with 3:39 to go on the Speakeasy scoreboard. It's now Moorhead 14 and Buffalo nothing. 6 for 7 throwing for Trey Feeney. 2 for 2 receptions for touchdowns by Blake Wolfall. 3:39 to go, and the Spuds have made this a very efficient offensive scheme. They lead at 14-0.
And have yet to run the ball. But I tell you what, he's throwing strikes. He's showing such patience. The offensive line, they're not allowing any penetration, so he's able to sit back there, and he's only about 5-6 yards back and finding the throwing lanes. Again, nice job by both Walthalls finding those cracks in the seams of that cover 2 defense to get open.
Saif Alawi is 2 for 2 in point after tries. He is on the field now with his third kickoff as he lines it up at the far 40-yard line. As he steps off to the side and gives the signal, he is ready. And Salif Alawi with the high right leg kick approaches, and the kick is away. This one will not get to the end zone. It is picked up at the 1-yard line. To the near side, Moorhead is there to slow it down, and a big hit at the 17-yard line. And again, the Bison inside the 20-yard line will begin this drive. It's first down.
Yep, he picked that up at about the 1, and had a little seam. Giulio Angadi came from nowhere and just stopped him dead in his tracks. That was a nice tackle on for special teams.
So as Moorhead makes their defensive unit adjustments, Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick lines up in a safety with Keenan Went. They have corners on each side of the field, as Buffalo is searching for a way to advance the ball on this Moorhead defense. They have been able to pick up just 1 first down to this point. And a long count again for Carls, and he takes a snap and hands off to the second man into the hole.
Nice.
Offensive line creates a bit of a seam, but the Spuds cover nicely and go down at the 21-yard line. That is a 2-yard pickup, leaving 2nd down and 8.
A nice job by Jack taking that time, Larry. He came off the block, and as the running back cut it back, he was able to tackle him for about a 1-yard loss. It was a great job of shedding the blocker.
2nd and 8. Buffalo in their own end of the field. This spot will come from the 20-yard line, 20-yard line. Moorhead's defense set and ready. Isaiah Carls waiting on the snap. Draw play, Gunderson. He found a bit of a seam to get across the 25, and as he was upended, seemed to have lost the football, but had already been declared down, so the fumble does not go, and the play ends up with about a 3-yard pickup, 4-yard pickup, as they spot it down at the 26-yard line, make that the 28-yard line, and it is 3rd down.
Yeah, that time they just ran an outside zone play, and he found a little seam out there, and he did fumble, but he actually fell on it.
Crucial play for Buffalo, 3rd and 1, deep in their own end of the field. Here's Isaiah Carls. Moorhead fans exhorting their defense in a play to Luke Gunderson. A nice cross block at the point of attack. Gunderson finding the seam, just enough needed, and it's first down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and that time, again, they ran that little inside trap play, and Moorhead defended it pretty good, but he did a nice job of cutting back behind the linebacker. Linebacker scraped over a little bit too far that time, and he found that backdoor seam.
Out of the huddle, Will Poole comes wide near left side. Jamal Dixon lines up with him one-on-one. Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick defending in the crease. Here's a snap that goes over the head. It's mishandled by quarterback by Isaiah Carls, and he was able to look down and cover it up, but a loss on the play. Spots the ball down at the 22-yard line. It turns into a 7-yard loss for the Bison, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I think he just took his eye off the ball a little bit, Larry, and he was looking at defense line, and because it wasn't that high of a snap, I think he just took his eye off of it.
As a result, it is 2nd down and 17.
And out
of the huddle, wide receivers to the near left side. Wide receiver far right side. Keenan Went defending deep. And the snap. Back to pass and looking. Throwing up, throwing deep. It is way up and over the top. Spuds giving chase, and it overthrows the defense by a lot as well. Jace Janke, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Larry, I think they've changed quarterbacks. I believe it's number 5 now. Avery Bowe is playing quarterback.
Now we'll take a look.
Yep. And that time what he did there, there wasn't a receiver open. Went did a nice job of playing center field back there, so he just threw that ball away.
Breaking huddle. Facing third down and long. Buffalo. Receivers 2 to the near left side, 1 far right. Moorhead's fans. Here's the play. Back to throw and looking off to the far side, throwing it up and away. Avery Bowe coming on in place of Isaiah Carls was being chased. He got happy feet and threw it away.
Yeah, he got pressured by Jackson Goda again. Jackson made him throw that thing away. They tried to run a little delayed bootleg back to the right. Jackson he checked A gap, B gap, came through that B gap and put the pressure on him, and he had no choice but to throw that away.
4th down. Buffalo has had 3 possessions. This is their 3rd punt. The officials with a discussion there. Somehow the ball got moved off where the set had been by the official. We are able to hear from next door that they're asking perhaps maybe that there should have been a penalty assessed, or should be a penalty assessed rather, against Buffalo for an illegal touch of the ball at the line of scrimmage. And I'm not sure that the officials, either one of them, recognize that might be a possibility.
Could be.
As they discuss the matter further. Moorhead has jumped to a 14-0 lead. And once again, the defense has stopped Buffalo as the Bison will face 4th down here. Right now it's 4th and 17. And we're waiting to see the call of the official.
Because I have not seen there haven't been a penalty flag thrown.
Well, this one's going against Moorhead. And that will give them a 1st down.
What are they calling? They're calling roughing the passer on the hit.
Well, the penalty was not enough to give Buffalo a 1st down, so it is 4th down and 2.
Yeah.
Facing 4th and 17, a 15-yard penalty against Moorhead. And so now new life for the Bison as they spot it down at the 38-yard line. Short yardage situations, Buffalo has a strong run game, but it's getting to that point that has been an issue so far. Here's the snap back for Bowe. And it is Luke Gunderson, and he powers his way through the offensive line, and Gunderson down near the 43-yard line. Chains move on. It's 1st down, Buffalo.
Yeah, that was just an inside zone call again. He read it perfectly, and boy, I tell you what, he's got some acceleration. He was in the secondary in a hurry, Larry. Nice job by Keenan Went to come up and make that tackle.
Luke Gunderson is a player we see on both sides of the line of scrimmage. He is a factor in however this game will be played for the Bison. Moorhead is a 14-0 lead. We're closing out on the 1st quarter of play with less than 30 seconds remaining. As quarterback Avery Bowe waits for the snap, he waves his player now to the near side and keeps it on the ground with Gunderson. This time he is stood up and brought down.
Jackson.
Oh, Jackson go to big, strong play right at the 44-yard line. About a 1-yard gain, a short yard on the pickup. And that brings us down to the end of the 1st quarter. We have played 1 here in Buffalo. The Spuds exploding for 2 touchdowns. And after 1 quarter of play on the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 14 and Buffalo nothing. Around the coaches before coming on to start the second quarter. Moorhead's defense is set and ready to go. 2 touchdown completions to Blake Walthall, 6 of 7 throwing for Trey Feeney in the first quarter, and the Spuds lead it. Now Buffalo goes left to right. Will Poole comes wide near right side. Jace Janke is wide left. Gunderson in the backfield. He's a strong runner. Play call made by Bowe. Handoff Gunderson. He finds a little bit of room. He squirts across the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. And that's a 4-yard pickup for Gunderson. And that brings up a second down play now with the play coming to Julio and Gotti there to make the stop.
Yep, again, just running that inside zone. He reads what the blockers are doing, then he found a little seam to cut back in, but Julio and Gotti did a nice job from his outside linebacker spot of stepping up and stopping that.
Just underway, second quarter. Spuds return to Jake Christians, or now returns to Jim Goda Stadium. Well, they might play there, who knows?
How about Jake Goda Stadium?
Jake Goda. Next Friday night, home opener for the Spuds as they take on Alexandria. Wide receiver left. 2 receivers on the near right side. Buffalo going left to right, facing 3rd down and 7. Here's the pitch to the near side.
Nice.
And the coverage goes to Jack Tyken, who defeated the blocks, stepped inside the play, and made the stop for loss at the 45-yard line. That's a 3-yard loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, nice job by him, too, that time, because they tried to run speed option his way, and he just got off the tackle's block, slow played it, and then when he pitched, he's there to make tackle. Beautiful way to stop the speed option.
Brady Walthall comes on. He is a return specialist, and he'll take a spot deep, lining up near the 25-yard line for this punt attempt. 14-0 Moorhead, looking to get the ball back here for a possession in the second quarter. Blocker sets up. Here's the run and the kick, and a line drive kick that bounces at the 5 and into the end zone for the touchback. That will be a 55-yard punt. It wasn't lifted very high, but it was line drive, got over the coverage, and sailed into the end zone. First down, Moorhead now at the 20-yard line.
That was a nice punt.
We're seeing more of that, what they call rugby-style kicking.
Rugby-style kicking is what it is, but what they do is they bring a guy in motion and stop him. Then when he runs that way, there's always a threat for a pass that way, so they got to kind of slow play it, and then when he kicks it, there's nobody really there for it, but he got such a good leg on it, it actually went over the head of Walthall.
George Nianforth is checked into the huddle. Spuds break huddle and come out. Wide receivers, 2 to the far right side. Alone in the backfield, Trey Feeney. Wing back on the near side, wide receiver on the near side. Here's Feeney with the toss, and to the near side, the catch is made. Oh, my. Oh, my. It is going all the way. What a load-leveling hit. George Nianforth making the catch, lowering his shoulder. The defender is wondering what happened. Nianforth goes the rest of the way, an 80-yard touchdown catch and run.
Just gorgeous, and all that was he ran a swing route out of the backfield. Walthall had taken the corner with him on a slant play. Safety came up. Nianforth got his pad level down and hit him right in the sternum and knocked him backwards. And then after that, he had a blocker with him. Didn't need it because he just outran everybody after that.
Spuds are showing abilities to break away from the play and then run away with the play, as Saif Alawi is called on often and early here tonight with 9:55 remaining in the first half. On the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 21 and Buffalo nothing. George Nineforth not only showed his ability to get to the spot and make the play, but showed his leverage and showed his ability to catch the ball, and then his ability to step away from the play and run the ball. It was 80 yards later when he ended up in the end zone, and Moorhead now leads at 21-0.
It's kind of funny. Blake Wallfall had peeled off like he was going to make a block on the guy, and he turned around and said, "I'll just run with you because he ain't going to catch you," which is actually was a smart play on Wallfall's part.
Well, the time of possession is not great for Moorhead, but they've been so effective. I mean, that play, one play.
One play.
Previously, they had 3 plays, and they got a first down and 5 plays, and it's 21-0.
And that's what you're going to find with the offense and where they're running this. And what they're doing is they're spreading the field out. They're finding seams in that zone, and somehow they either got to get pressure on him or they got to switch their tactics just a tad.
Alawi with the approach and the kick away. This one is low and squirts around the ground, picked up near the 10-yard line. Here's the return, 25-30, and then caught from behind. And finally the play is brought down as Nick Munster-Tiger had a nice return on a play that skipped all the way inside the 10 where he fielded it off the turf and then headed upfield. Got a nice block, got a nice room, and it's first down Buffalo, closing in on midfield.
Yeah, and what they did is he did a nice job because the ball was on this side of almost at the numbers, and they had a middle return set up for him. He got up there. Nice job by young Carson Wentz coming back off of a block and making a stop because he was the last line of defense that time.
Wide receiver now near right side. Avery Bull has taken over at quarterback here midway through the first quarter and continues to play on. He's being chased and he overthrows. Again, the Spuds defense is forcing the Buffalo quarterbacks to hurry their plays. Good defensive coverage this time by Austin Altepeter of Moorhead, forcing the play up and over, and it's second down.
And what they do that time, they kind of fake like a pitch, and then he starts to sprint out. Jackson Goda's got nobody in front of him, so he just comes through the B gap, puts pressure on him. He had his hands around his waist when he threw that ball. It's going to be awful hard to be accurate when you get 210 pounds hanging on your shoulders.
9:42 remaining here, first half. Spuds have jumped up to a 21-0 lead. Defense on the field. Buffalo has been held to just 2 first downs on plays with an additional first down by penalty against Moorhead. Here's the play down and the play. A nice running, strong running play. And once again, Luke Gunderson on the carry. He is certainly the strength of this offense for Buffalo.
Well, he's 6'1", and he's about 215, and he reads very well. He gets his pad level down, and again, just running that inside zone. He's trying to find that creak in the armor, and got a few. But again, good linebacker play by Spuds, stopping him at the second level.
At the 44-yard line, Buffalo faces third down and almost 7. They must reach midfield for this drive to continue. Wide receivers, 2 to the far left. Single receiver near right side. You can hear the Moorhead fans pounding their support for the defense. As again it goes and down. Gunderson was caught on the ankles, wrapped up. Short gain right at the 46-yard line. And coming off the bottom of the pile, that looks like Jack Newcomb.
Yep.
And I think he was there making the stop and the play to set up fourth down.
And also Altepeter was also there. He ran a stunt inside. So what happened is that messed up their zone blocking a little bit, which gave Newcomb the ability to make that tackle.
8:36 remaining. Fourth down, needing 5. Avery Bowe waits in shotgun. He has a running back behind him, wing on the left, receiver in the left, back to pass. Bowe being chased, leans, throws, and he's got his man at the 45-yard line. Catch is made, but a penalty flag has been thrown at the 40-yard line. Breaking loose, Jace Janke was there. He came back on the play to make the reception, but behind where the play was being unfolded, we find 2 yellow handkerchiefs on the turf. And so we'll see how this all transpires here from this point on. But Moorhead so far is not giving way to the catch.
No, but what they're getting is that they're getting a late holding call, and both officials saw it. Big 78. I couldn't tell which spot it was, but he actually tackled him from behind. That's too bad because that was a nice play to get. Could have had the first down.
So all hold against the Bison puts it back now at the 30. And so it'll be 4th down and 20 yards needed for the first down, and punter on to kick the ball away with 8:20 to go. Moorhead leading it 21-0. As they break huddle, and now a late substitution in before Gunderson goes back to punt away. At some point, you almost wonder if they might try something just to see if they catch Moorhead offside.
Well, that's why they're running this stuff, see what happens.
There's the snap back, and the rugby run and kick, a line drive caught. Here's Brady Walthall, and he stumbles his way forward, but then could not go any farther, and down at the 36-yard line where there's first down, Moorhead.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. He saw it, was trying to get to the outside, went to make a fake, and I think he faked himself out, Larry, because he tripped and basically fell.
Brady Walthall's return spots it down at the 37-yard line. From there, it's first down, Moorhead. Trey Feeney, George Nineforth, all in the background. Michael Hago wide near left side. Brady Walthall also in the slot near side as Feeney waits for the snap. Time running down, still plenty of time to get the play away. Both teams play this game. Back to pass and looking, quick toss there, complete. And the turn and the run up to about the 45-yard line, and the stop made there. Blake Walthall with that catch. That's his 3rd reception, but ironically, it was not for a touchdown.
He didn't score on that one. That time, they make a lot of different communication things at the line of scrimmage, and they basically kind of audible to a quick out. He did a nice job of getting that, and then he got hit pretty good on the sideline, and the officials are talking about, but he fumbled the ball out of bounds.
Moorhead has already run out of the huddle and setting up as the officials are still in discussion on that last play. And now they're going to mark it down at the 47-yard line, which is very close to the first down marker.
And that's where the ball was. The ball went fumbled forward out of bounds, so that's where they're marking it.
Okay, and right now the officials are indicating they have the first down. Moorhead first down at the 47-yard line.
Take a first down any way you can get it.
Nearly halfway through this second quarter. Moorhead with a 21-0 lead and driving. From their own 47 and looking upfield, Trey Feeney waiting shotgun. Here's the look right, and the snap is back. He'll roll near side, look and throw. He's got his man. Oh, my.
Oh, jeepers.
Oh, my. Brady Walthall.
Oh,
block good. Is made. There's the flag of blocking an illegal block throw, and I wondered about that one with the angle coming back on the play. But
yeah.
What a reception to Brady Walthall, and then his ability to scamper forward.
Yeah.
But the block was just a bit off time, and so that'll cost him the run and the distance.
Again, just they ran a bootleg kind of time, and he's just on a slant route and took off and did pretty well. And his brother Blake was trying to help him score, and unfortunately he blocked him in the back, and he did.
Well, they've spotted the ball at the 15-yard line. Moorhead has kept their position in their huddle far away from the line of scrimmage. Buffalo is set and ready to go at that point, but so we don't have an indication really from the officials what the call was, but they have a lengthy conversation going on at the 20-yard line.
I think they're discussing is it from the point of the foul, or does the ball get moved back from the 15? And I believe that's what they're talking about.
So the discussion has ended.
From the spot of the foul line.
Yeah. Blake Walthall blocking in the back, coming back on the play that sprung Brady Walthall. And that brings it back to the 36-yard line.
Still a first down.
But still a first down.
Yep.
So that will go as a reception to Brady Walthall. That's his 5th catch.
That's too bad. He was just trying to work hard, and he just got him in the back.
Line up for the Spuds. 7:54 to go here in the first half. Leading 21-0. Here's Trey Feeney being chased. He leans back. He throws too high, too hard. And the pass intended for Brady Walthall slips through and out of bounds. Incomplete. Only the second incompletion thrown tonight.
Yeah, that one was just a little bit high again. Running that little boot action, trying to slow the linebackers. The linebackers are starting to step up and blitz about every second down right now. gives him a little more time, but even on the run, he had some zip on that ball.
Yeah, there was. Nobody was going to catch that one. Actually, it was throwing hard.
Yeah, he did. He zipped it in there.
I could see the flames coming out of the exhaust on that one. So with that, here comes Moorhead, facing 2nd down and 10 at the Buffalo 36-yard line. Wide receiver, far right side, 3 receivers on the near left. Trey Feeney rolling, stepping back, looking, throwing, and it's incomplete, George. Nyanforth was the intended receiver, but the pass got there before Nyanforth, and it drops incomplete, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's too bad. He had him wide open, too, and I think he was so open that he kind of hurried his throw a little bit. Again, a little bit of pressure from an inside blitz that time, and kind of messed up the timing a little bit. And that was actually Michael Hoggle who was the intended receiver that time.
7:41 to go. First half action, Moorhead facing 3rd down and 10. Trey Feeney looking to the near side. Kevin Feeney calling a play back out. Time is running down. We're at 5 seconds to put the ball in play. And they will get it just in time as Feeney steps into the pocket. Little shoulder fake left, drive right down at the 25-yard line. That should be enough for the 1st down, and so the first run by quarterback Trey Feeney is good to move the chains.
Yep, again, that time he got pressure from the inside. They were trying to run vertical routes that time. They weren't open. He did the right thing. And, he gets hit, and then he stumbles and bumbles and kind of gets upright again, then makes the first down. Yep, just keeps going forward. I love it. It's just cool.
Halfway through now the 2nd quarter. Spud scored quickly on first 3 possessions, struggling to duplicate those efforts here on this drive, but the ball has been spotted down deep at the 25-yard line. Here's Feeney looking, throwing, catching. Brady Wolfall does a little dance step to get away and goes inside the 15 and down near the 12-yard line. Brady Wolfall with his 6th catch here tonight.
And Brady just does such a great job that time, again, of coming inside, finding the soft spot in the zone. When he turns around, the timing is perfect. The ball's out of his hand as he comes out, and then he always makes that first guy miss.
Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick with words on the field with head coach Kevin Feeney before they run the play. Play clock has run down. They've got plenty of time, and so Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick got his assignment clarified. And he takes his position in the slot near left. Trey Feeney all alone in the backfield. Here's a snap back on the look. Feeney flushed out of the pocket, then leans back to throw, but over and threw that one away. There was no chance of getting it accurately thrown towards the end zone, and so he simply leaned back and overthrew. And that brings up
2nd and 10.
Is that 2nd down now?
Yep,
2nd down and 10.
And that time he did the right thing. They got a little pressure. They brought the inside linebacker, Matthew Henson, again. That time Trey just didn't have any place else to go, but did a nice job with strong enough arm to throw that ball away.
Hasn't been often here in the first half where the Buffalo defense has forced Trey Feeney to do something he didn't want to do. But on that play, it ended up sailing over and out. And here's 2nd down. Feeney looking quickly left, again being flushed away, then leans back again, and he throws. This one is caught and touchdown. Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick.
Blake Wolfall. Number 8.
All right, Blake Wolfall. No, not to tell you what we're doing here, but I thought that was a 1.
Yeah. Well, they're so, oh my goodness gracious, it's 9.
Well, they called it as Blake as well.
Yeah. The numbers are so hard to read sometimes.
Here's Alawi. Spuds have 4 possessions and 4 scores. The snap is back, the kick is up, and he is 4 for 4 with 6:24 to go in the first half. On the Speakeasy scoreboard, it is Moorhead 28 and Buffalo nothing.
At Central Minnesota.
28-0. Moorhead has done, for the most part, everything they wanted to do offensively. Defense as well has put the clamps down on Buffalo, and the Spuds have worked this up quickly to a 28-0 advantage.
Yeah, the Spuds have scored on all 4 of their possessions so far, and really have had only 2 third down and longs.
Yes.
And
so our scoring has been clarified. It was Blake
It was
Walcall.
Blake.
That's his 3rd touchdown catch tonight out of 4 receptions made.
And he did a nice job. First of all, how Trey was able to gain that much time. But Blake was in the end zone, came back out of the end zone and found a spot. Trey threw it, and then he made people miss and scored again.
Trey Feeney is 11 of 14. And the Spuds lead at 28-0, and here's the step back by Saif Alawi. Steps off to the side as he looks upfield. And the whistle blows, and here's the step and the advance. Kick is away. Line drive, and this one,
Yep.
Let's see. Are they?
Yep, it's out of bounds.
It's out of bounds.
So they'll be
they'll bring it out, and it'll be first down Buffalo.
Yep, they'll get the ball. He just got a little bit ahead of that one. Coach is saying, yeah, you're doing okay. He just overkicked it a little bit, and its side went off, so they'll just automatically get the ball to 35.
First down Buffalo. As we mentioned just a moment ago, Moorhead has their home opener coming up Friday when they take on Alexandria. That's a great rivalry game over the years,
is.
Moorhead and Alex. Looking for nothing different this year. 6-game regular season schedule as they put this in place late because of the COVID, and play is underway. Buffalo,
go ahead.
With 6:24 remaining here in the first half. Receiver left, receiver now right side. Here is the play, and the Spuds are there to bring it down. Avery Bowe on the handoff. Gunderson, the ball carrier. He does primarily all their ball carrying. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage and went down quickly. No gain on the play, and it's second down.
They tried to run the old-fashioned power play to the 4-hole, and Julio Ngati read that, stepped up against the guard that was pulling, and basically knocked him off the ball and made the tackle, and then he had help from a whole bunch of other people.
Poole comes wide near right side. Nick Munster Tiger goes wide far left. And before this play gets underway, we've got a timeout called for and taken by the Bison, and that stops play with 5:41 to go in the first half. On the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 28 and Buffalo nothing.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Coming out of the Buffalo timeout, it is 2nd and 10. Bison at their own 35-yard line. Avery Bowe sends man in motion. Here's the snap back, and the play is slowed down, and just did get back to the line of scrimmage before the stop was made. And off the very bottom of the pile for Moorhead, the tackle made by Keaton Miozik.
And what they're trying to do, they run kind of like an outside draw play, but it's handed off on the other side. And Big Jake Thielke read that and made him get pushed back inside so the other Spuds could do that. But he did a nice job coming from his defensive end spot to turn that in.
With the way this game has been played, Moorhead is already getting a lot of players on the field here in competition. There are some names that we really probably didn't expect to say here throughout the course of the evening. but because of the way the offense has exploded, a lot of players are rotating in and out and getting a chance to see the turf here in varsity competition. Buffalo now at their own 36-yard line, facing 3rd down and 9. Wide receiver far left side. Avery Bow waiting on the snap. Drops, steps, looks, throws, overthrown. He had his man up in the middle of the field, Jace Janke, the intended receiver, but was leaning the wrong way as the pass sailed away and incomplete up near the 40. And with that incompletion, it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, and the Spuds, they faked a double B-gap blitz that time, sat to side, then dropped out. And when they did that, they were able to get underneath that, so he had to throw that a little bit higher to get it over the linebackers that had dropped back into that zone. And, again, good pressure by just the front 4.
4:48 to go as Buffalo once again forced to punt away. They've had mixed success with their punts. Some have been line drived and long distance, some have been shorter. And here's the rugby-style kick, and a good kick there, but
straight up,
catching up to it. Another play going off to Walthall. He runs to the far side, but another block in the back as Brady Walthall's return ended up across the 40, but it'll all come back. The Spuds will have 1st down, but it'll be inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it was a good job by Brady. Brady just trying to get there, and the young man that did the block back, he actually tried. He tried to kind of let up, and then at the last second he pushed him anyhow. And he knew he wasn't supposed to do it, but it's just so darn hard not to sometimes.
So it brings up 1st down for the Spuds, and this drive will begin near the 23-yard line. 1st down, Spuds leading at 28-0 here before the half. Still 4:35 remaining. Buffalo making a last adjustment on their defense, and with that it becomes 12 players on the field, and he quickly scampers off. And the ball declared ready as Trey Feeney takes a look at his offensive set. 3 receivers on the near left side. George Nineforth is alone in the backfield to protect. Here's the look on the near side. He's got his man, Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick. This time it is Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick, and he goes all the way. 77 yards on Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick.
Was the inside of the trips that time. All they did was ran a swing route out of there, but both inside, outside, and middle receivers came inside on slants, and they couldn't get. The safety's supposed to have that half. He followed him in. Once he caught the pass, it was just who was going to win the foot race, and it was him. And he also had big number 16 down there blocking for him, Michael Hago. And
with that, Alif Alawi comes on to, and it is good. He's perfect there. He's 5 for 5. 4:23 to go in the first half. On the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's now Moorhead 35 and Buffalo nothing. For Moorhead, I don't mean to make light of it because they have just executed so well here in the contest here tonight. And 3 touchdown receptions by Blake Walthall, George Nineforth, Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick, all have been instrumental in their receptions thrown by Trey Feeney, who has fired on only 3 tries here as the Spuds mount up a 35-0 lead.
And on one of them, it was an intentional throwaway, too. So, I mean, you can tell that these kids, I'd go over and watch them this summer, and they'd be throwing and all the stuff that they do, and you can see that their work is paying off so far in this game.
So the lineup and the kick away. 4:23 remaining. Have you received a message?
Yes, I have. From our loud and clear listener. Wow.
Sitting in his easy chair.
Yep, easily listening to this game.
4:23 to go. Here's the approach by Alawi. And the kick is away, high and end over end, angling towards the near side. He got it to the end zone. 5 kickoffs, 4 into the end zone for Alawi. And it's first down Buffalo.
Yep, and he's getting that time he got a low 5 from Coach Beam. Coach Beam likes to see that ball go in the end zone, and he has got such a strong leg. And that time he connected on that one just the way it needed to be. And he's kicking that darn thing over 60 yards in the air.
So with that, it'll be first down Buffalo at their own 20-yard line. As adjustments are being made on the far side. And they spot it down there. Moorhead's defense is set and ready to go. Back to their originals. Up front, Jack Newcomb, Christian Vega, Jack Tyken, and Thomas Myers. Here comes Avery Bowe. Out of the shotgun, or pistol formation, if you will. Bowe waits for the snap. Play call has been changed. Man in motion, and the second man through the hole gets the call, and that is Gunderson. Looked like it was going to develop into something more than it did, and it's brought down after a very short gain of 2. And it's second down and 8.
Yeah, it's kind of like a delayed draw off the left side. Maxwell Delbrun, he just waited patiently. Then he came up and made the tackle that needed to be made, and for a short gain, nice job by Delbrun.
Quick look over to the near side by Keenan Went, getting clarification on his defensive assignment. And with that, Buffalo steps up on second and 8. Deep in their own end of the field, just outside the 22-yard line. Avery Bowe waiting in shotgun. Here's the man in motion. Back to pass and looking. Screen pass set up there. Gunderson. He's caught from behind.
Nice.
And that play, I think they gave it away. It was a bit slow in developing.
Yep.
The throw was there, the catch was there, but so was the Moorhead defense. And with the stop made, no gain on the play, and it's third down.
And Thomas Myers is playing the defensive end on that side, Larry. He read that, shredded the blocker, came out and made first contact, and then when he did that, there was a host of other white and orange jerseys there.
You know, with the way the play has developed here by Moorhead's offense and defense, it's going to be difficult to find a player of the game. But we'll do the best we can, and our player of the game tonight will be brought to you by Remax Realty. Wide receiver to the far left side, Nick Munster Tiger. 2:41 to go in the half, and a penalty for too much time. Buffalo taking too long to get out of the huddle, too long to get the play called. That'll cost 5 yards. And this comes with 2:39 to go in the half.
Yeah, and Moorhead that time this is the first time they've seen it. They were actually in a trip set without a back in the backfield. We had seen it. It took them a while to adjust to that, and then I think this young quarterback has just had a little bit of trouble of getting them lined up.
A junior, 6'1" and 170. Avery Bowe on in relief of Isaiah Carls, who started the game for Buffalo at quarterback. It's third down and 9. Back to pass. Looking near. Caught, intercepted. Intercepted, Moorhead, touchdown Spuds.
Angadi.
Julio Angadi. And we may get celebration penalties coming up here as they storm back into the end zone for the call.
There was somebody from Buffalo came in and smacked him after he scored.
That would make more sense as to what I just indicated.
I think we're getting retaliation too.
Yeah.
So I'm not positive, but the initial flag was against Buffalo.
Julio Angadi with an interception return touchdown.
And that was a nice read on that. He just sat back. You know, he's on that outside zone and stepped in front of it and showed a nice job of after the fact. Personal fall. They called it on the Spuds. Personal fall. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. So they got the retaliation part of it.
Touchdown will count. Extra point try will be from its normal position, and the penalty against Moorhead will be assessed,
probably,
as you indicated, on the kickoff.
And I think what happened is that one of the Moorhead players saw that Angadi had gotten chipped, after he scored, and he went over and didn't
said,
need
don't
to
do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that to my buddy.
Yeah, that's what he should. If he'd have just said it, but he had to make sure that he and let him know that he was there too.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're just sticking up for a player, but you just got to not do that.
Waiting for the extra point try. Saif Alawi steps back and off to the side, and he'll step up. 2:32 to go here in the first half. Here's the approach, and the kick is up. And the kick is good. Saif Alawi, 6 for 6 in point after tries. With 2:32 to go in the first half on the Speakeasy scoreboard, Moorhead 42, Buffalo nothing. Well, regardless of what you brought out of last year's end result, Moorhead was expected to be a potent offensive team, but not like this. This has just been an explosion of points on the board, and maybe they're releasing some energy that's been stored up. But it's 42 to nothing, and we haven't played the second quarter yet.
Yeah, we still got 2 minutes to go. The Feeney has just been basically spot on. He's making good reads, finding the open guy. The receivers themselves doing a good job of finding those seams in the zone so they can get open also.
No question. So, an interception return by Giulio Angati has made it 42 to nothing. And the defense putting some points up on the board for the Spuds. And here's the kickoff now by Saif Alawi as he spots it after the penalty back to the 25-yard line. There's some concern on whether this will reach the end zone.
Maybe.
He's got a good leg.
He's got a good leg.
Well,
We'll
let's see what happens as the approach is made and the kick is driven deep. And it goes over the head. It bounces at the 10, picked up at the 8. Here's the return. Munster Tiger, nothing left. Comes near side and goes down at the 22-yard line.
Wow.
That was a great kick by Saif Alawi. And it turns out on a nice return where finally the play was made by Caden Berg of Moorhead. And the play drop down there brings up first down for the Bison with 2:24 to go.
He kicked that thing deep and high, 65 yards in the air. And they still barely got across the 20. And I'll tell you what, great hustle by the Spuds. That's a long way to run, Larry, to go sit down and make a tackle.
The line of scrimmage, the 22-yard line. First down, Buffalo. Avery Bowe. Wide receiver, far left, 2 receivers near right side. Here's Bowe looking left, leaning back, throwing screen, and the Spuds make the stop.
Nice.
The play was there, the receiver was there. Jackson Goda from Moorhead was there as he shed away the blocker and stood right there to make the stop.
Yep, and he did a nice job of reading that. And one of the defense linemen, I couldn't tell who it was, actually peeled back when he read the screen, so he assisted on it, and I believe it was Jack Tyken. But what a job by Goda, just recognizing what's happening in front of him, and he goes in. He's such a sure tackler tonight so far.
1:50 to go, clock running, second quarter. Bison out of their own end of the field, second down rather. A loss of a yard on that last play from the 21-yard line now. Here's Avery Bowe, back to pass, being chased, leans, looks, throws, and overthrows. He was looking off to the far side for Jaden Ingram, and the pass overthrown, incomplete. And that brings up third down.
Yeah, and they ran it's a boot pass that time where he faked it to the right, came out left. Jackson Goda again, seeing that there's no running backs in front of him, he just chased him out of the pocket, forced him to throw the ball high because he was in his face, had his arms up, and he had to throw over the top of him.
Maxwell Delbrun and the rest of the linebacking core waiting for this play to come up to the line of scrimmage. It's third down and 11. Avery Bowe waiting. 1:34 to go in the first half. Bowe on the run.
Ooh.
Nice run play by Gunderson up across the 25 near the 27-yard line. And just a basic, simple play that time, but a very effective play for the Bison. And a gain of 8 there sets up third down.
Yeah, basically that's just a draw play, kind of slow developing. Again, Jackson Goda read it, got up into the gap. Unfortunately, that time he missed a tackle.
Buffalo takes a timeout, and we will return to Buffalo after this timeout on the Speakeasy scoreboard. 1:26 to go. It's Moorhead 42, Buffalo nothing.
Offering complete range of funeral and cremation
Wiggle, Larry.
choices, Corsmo Funeral Service, serving
They
when
kicked
the
it.
need is greatest. On the web at corsmofuneralservice.com.
970 WDAY AM, Fargo Moorhead.
On fourth down, after the timeout, Buffalo comes up and punts away and gets a great roll all the way inside the 15. Let's spot it down at the 12, where it'll be first down Moorhead.
Yeah, that time they didn't even pretend like they were going to do it. He just took his 2-3 steps and he kicked a line drive, but it was still over the head of the receiver. And then when it tumbles like that, he got a pretty good bounce too.
From there, the Spuds begin this drive with a 42-0 advantage. Let's see what they have in store with 1:15 to go. The players of Buffalo make a defensive adjustment. They had too many men on the field. Now escape, and the whistle blows. We're ready to go. But a penalty comes down, and the call there is illegal participation, I believe, as they came out, did not check into a huddle. They just came rolling onto the field, and that'll cost 5 yards.
Yep.
So first game jitters perhaps is a justification call for the Bison as they mark it off and bring it out near the 18-yard line then. So from there, the Spuds will have first down and 5. Max Soweth with the snap. Back to Trey Feeney. Looks off far right side. Catch made. 25 up near the 27-yard line and then finally bumped out of bounds. Ja'Kai Fitzpatrick making the catch and the run for the Spuds and picking up the first down.
Yep, just a little flat pass out there. Again, he was the inside of the three receivers to the right. Just ran a little out route, and he tried hard. He was trying as hard as he could to get away from those two guys that had him. They ended up driving him out of bounds.
1:06 now showing first half. Trey Feeney steps up with a new set of downs at the 25-yard line, stepping in the pocket and throwing. A diving attempt came up just short. He was looking for the play on the near side to Brady Walthall, and his dive came up just short as he went to the turf, and the pass incomplete. Just the fourth incompletion thrown by Trey Feeney
and the timing,
here in the first half.
And the timing of that was great again, Larry, as he rolled out just a little bit to his left. Walthall was the inside receiver, ran a little just a little out route, trying to sit down and threw a little low. He had it until he hit the turf, but again, the timing is unbelievable.
13 of 17 passing for Trey Feeney here in the first half. 1 minute to go, and the clock will start there on the snap. Back to pass and a quick toss off on the far side. There's nobody open on the far side. Catch is made, run is made. Finally, out of bounds it goes.
9-4.
And George 9-4, showing his speed once again and his ability to accelerate away from the play, making the catch, crossing midfield, first down, Moorhead.
That's almost like a wide receiver screen because he backed up, caught the ball behind line of scrimmage. Blake Walthall was downfield blocking for him and gave him the ability to get those extra yards until the free safety finally got over him and put him out of bounds.
As he stepped out, it stops the clock. It will start now with 52 seconds to go. If Moorhead Well, we're going to have to check into this, and we'll not speculate at this point. Quick toss, up and thrown and caught, but then a quick stop made. George 9-4 on the far side went into the air, came down with the catch.
We got a penalty flag
and then
now.
A penalty flag comes down besides, and so there was celebration by the Bison on the far side, but I think that will be tempered somewhat here as we get the discussion and the execution of the penalty.
Yeah, they're going to call for
personal foul on the hit. Yep.
Hit out of bounds.
You make something good happen, and then it goes away. It's something bad. Yeah, Buffalo has had that kind of night.
Yeah, and he was just trying to do the right thing, had him wrapped up, let him go, and then he hit him again when he's out of bounds. And the timing of that route that time, Trey went to throw it to him, and it's like a ball slipped out of his hand, so he had to re-grip the ball.
After the penalty has been assessed, it puts the ball down at the Buffalo 29-yard line. This play underway with 43 seconds to go as Feeney is being chased. He stops, he looks, he throws. He's got his man. Catch made at the 10-yard line.
Brady.
Gunderson on the coverage. Brady Wolthall with the reception, his 7th catch tonight, and it's first down, Moorhead.
And the great thing about that catch was that he was down farther field, saw that he was scrambling, and he came back to the ball so that he could give him the opportunity to find him.
Clock is underway. Trey Feeney behind center, takes a look, wants to throw. He's covered, throws it off to the far side and throws it incomplete. Moorhead is looking, Fitzpatrick is looking for a penalty flag that did not allow him to get in position to catch, but none forthcoming. And the incompletion stops play with 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, and what happened there was when he was trying to come across, the other safety was there. He never saw him. He basically ran into safety, so he was looking for an interference call that wasn't going to happen.
21 seconds remaining here in the first half. Moorhead with the ball at the Buffalo 11-yard line. On second down and 10, here's Trey Feeney. He's taking plenty of time and takes the snap. Here's the look, and then looks and throws it low. Again, he was going to make sure that nobody else caught it. Blake Wolthall was the intended receiver, but it was thrown towards his ankles, and he comes away incomplete with 16 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and he threw that errant because Carls, who was the starting quarterback, had him around the waist and twisted him, so they're fortunate that the ball just went incomplete.
3 receivers on the far right side of the field for Moorhead. They have a chance to get 2 maybe plays if they need it. Here's the snap back. And a look towards the end zone. It's there. Catch is made. Blake Wolthall with his 4th touchdown reception of the night.
You know what? It was a great route. He started on like he was trying to run a fade, then came back on a post route. And then how about the touch, though, by Trey? He threw it right on the money, led him so that the defensive back couldn't come underneath it, and just a great catch and a great throw, and again, a nice drive.
So the point after try now by Saif Alawi. And as he steps back and off to the side, waits for the snap. It's put in place, the approach and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Saif Alawi, perfect tonight. 7 for 7 in point after touchdowns, and with 12 seconds to go on the speakeasy scoreboard, Moorhead 49, Buffalo nothing. Well, the Spuds have shown their strength, and it has been no surprise. It is the arm of Trey Feeney, but more than that, it is the ability of the receiving corps to find ways of getting loose and then run outside of the coverage into the end zone. And the Spuds are 7 touchdowns in with play remaining here in the first half, 49-0.
Yep, and I tell you what, he does such a nice job of reading, and he also buys himself time. You know, he'll do a little pitter-patter step to the left, you know, to buy himself time for the receivers to find some more time. And the offensive line, they're, again, They've been blitzing about every other down, and the offensive line and the backs that have been in have picked that up, and they've given them a lot of time.
As we approach the final 12 seconds of the half, here's the approach. And another kick that is headed for the end zone. And this one goes outside of the field of play. Oh, my, Saif. He's been practicing.
Yes, he has.
Saif Alawi.
He's getting stronger as the game goes on.
Isn't that right?
Oh,
and this
my
one
goodness.
sailed beyond the end line. Not the touchdown baseline or the line, but the end line.
That's about a 72-yard in the air.
And that's good to bring this play for Buffalo to 12 seconds to go. They have, I think, been held to just 2 first downs, maybe 3.
Yep.
I think 2 first downs plus a first down by a Moorhead penalty.
Yep.
Wide receiver, far left side.
Have a different running back in 21.
And we're making some personnel adjustments here for Buffalo as we get this play up to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion. Avery Bowe takes a snap, hands it off. Moorhead's defense is there, plugs up the hole, and that's going to bring us down to the end of the first half, and it's been all Moorhead. It has been Trey Feeney and his receiving core, and as the teams head off after one half of play on the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 49, Buffalo nothing.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Well, it was just an idea I popped in my head when I was jogging with my mom, and then it just all pieced together after we thought of that. And it was perfect timing because Moorhead Youth Hockey was thinking of it too, so it was just a good idea. Donated to Moorhead Youth Hockey because my great-grandpa donated to Moorhead Hockey, and I think it'd just be really nice for all the money that we raised. That he sat in the same spot at every single Moorhead high school hockey game for over 30 years.
home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Get up. Your dreams don't hit snooze. Because if you snooze, you might miss your opportunity to improve your craft, to put in the work. Opportunity to be the best.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com
leading at 49-0. And they have a chance now to delight their crowd, whatever the size of that crowd might be, coming up on Friday when they host Alexandria. The folks here tonight, they are allowing 250 people in, 150 home tickets, 100 visiting tickets. And with the announcement made that if you are outside of a 6-foot distance, it was okay to remove your mask. Otherwise, wear your mask. And they have obliged, I think, fully well here throughout on both sides of the turf.
Yeah, absolutely they have. And even I noticed when I just walked down to the restroom, and everybody that's walking past, or I'm walking past down there, have their masks on. So they're doing what is expected of them, I guess is best way to put it.
Last night, Moorhead's volleyball team went to Rocori and got 3 out of 3 there to set their season, get their season off to a good start. They will return to action Tuesday, traveling to Sauk Rapids. 7 o'clock first serve there. Moorhead and Sauk Rapids on Tuesday. That one's on the road, however. And then they'll be home. Great volleyball, again, coming from Charlene. And the Spuds are looking forward to another good year. Another great year, perhaps, with the athletes returning to the Moorhead volleyball lineup. As we get ready to start this third quarter, Buffalo has come on. They will kick off. They won the toss at the start of the game, deferring their decision until this third quarter. So Moorhead will get the ball, and we'll have a chance to once again see their potent offense as Keenan Wendt goes back in kick return. George Nyanforth on the near side.
You know, Buffalo has nothing to lose. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see an onside kick here.
Let's see what happens. C.J. Fogelquist waiting for the signal to begin. There's the whistle, and here's Fogelquist. On the slow approach, and then the acceleration, and the kick is low, and a line drive dropped, picked up at the 12. Here's the return, far side
Keenan.
and running. 25-30. Keenan Wendt is caught from behind at the 38-yard line. So special teams getting a chance to show their wares here tonight. And a great return by Keenan Wendt to give the Spuds a first down.
And he did a nice job. He delivered a blow. He was getting tackled from behind. Another guy come in. He got his pad level down, and he stuck his shoulder pad right into his numbers and put that guy back. And that guy got up. Larry from Pyle went, whoa.
Buffalo is going to leave this game tonight saying a lot of that.
Yes, sir.
A lot of whoa, because there have been some hits delivered here tonight, big time.
We got a new quarterback, Gavin Quads.
We'll take a look.
Quaid.
As the Spuds send Alon Salmon wide out far left side. So we, to start the second half, are seeing some people who made the trip getting a chance to get on the turf.
Yep, and that time they just, their first running play, they just turned around, ran a straight A play into the one hole, and Nyanforth picked up about 3 yards.
Gavin Quaid is a sophomore, standing in at 6 foot 170. He's already bigger than what Trey Feeney was when he was a sophomore.
Yeah.
So with that, last play, a gain of 3. Moorhead facing 2nd down and 7. Just across the 42-yard line. And the Spuds are putting it on the ground.
Carson Wendt.
And with that play across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Carson Wendt on the carry. We're going to do the best we can to catch up with all the changes. Mahmoud Jonas has come in. He saw some extended playing time last year in certain game situations, getting his first try here tonight.
Yeah, he did a nice job last year as that blocking back when they'd put him in motion and do the wham play. He really did a nice job of blocking last year.
Connor Hench also into the lineup now. And with the play, checking up and down the line before resetting. And the back gets the call and caught. Buffalo was there. They had the play sniffed out and diagnosed and were ready to make the play as Isaiah Carls. A two-way starter for Buffalo. He had the nod at quarterback, but also the nod at inside linebacker. That time on the blitz, he was able to get through and make the stop at the 42-yard line, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and he timed that perfect that time. Moorhead was actually trying to run that little inside sweep that we've seen from him in the past, not tonight. And he did a nice job of just knifing through on a blitz and making the tackle.
David Dundell into the lineup as a receiver. He'll be wide, far left side right inside of Alon Salmon. Again, they make the change as the adjustment there goes to Carson Went. He'll be the running back, and too much time has been taken. Oh,
jumped offside.
Someone jumped.
Yep.
And with that, fourth down play coming. Moorhead had lined up as though they were going to run a play. But now with the false start, that is the first penalty against Moorhead from the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
We've had some other penalties, but in the course of play. But that is the first penalty against Moorhead tonight at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's actually their first. Yeah, it is.
Standing back now to punt at the 25-yard line. Jackson is back in punt return for Buffalo.
This is safe.
Long count waiting for the snap. It is there. Here's the approach. And the kick is poached to the near side. Saif Alawi with another great kick. He's getting his season off to a great start, going out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
40-yard punt.
That's one of his lower average or lowest
kicks
yards
for the
kicked.
day.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure. He's normally up. He's pumped about there near 45, 50, and 60 yards on one occasion.
Yeah.
But an effective punt there down at the 25-yard line where Buffalo will start.
And that's the first time we've got to see Moorhead punt.
Moorhead leading at 49-0 here as we start the third quarter. Avery Bowe is at quarterback for Buffalo. Now we've got a third quarterback in the lineup now as Evan Sefker becomes the third quarterback for Buffalo. Sefker at 6 foot, 190, and a junior. Evan Sefker now calling the plays for the Bison.
And nice job that time, Thomas Meyer from his defensive end spot. They tried to run that little isolation play. Somehow he got inside that big offensive tackle and made the first hit at the line of scrimmage, and then the linebackers came in and helped him out after that. Del Bruin was in on that one too.
Play clock has been reset, and so with 9:15 to go here, we're just underway in the third quarter. Moorhead took a 49-0 advantage into the locker room, got the ball to start the third quarter, failed to pick up the first down, punted away, and here's Buffalo. Wide receiver far right side. Nick Munster-Tiger comes wide near left side. Evan Sefker with the snap. He is the third Buffalo quarterback here tonight. With the play call made, handoff.
Jet sweep.
Looking for something open over there. Not much room for Jace Janke as he tried to get to the corner and turned upfield. Got a short gain down at the 26-yard line. And that is where Buffalo will face third down.
And again, Thomas Myers from that defensive end spot. They tried to run the jet sweep. His recognition was unbelievable. He got outside and forced him to keep going wide. Basically, he ran parallel and picked up about 1.5 yards was all he got off of that. That's a nice job by Myers.
Clock is running along here as both teams have kept the ball on the ground here early in the third quarter. Moorhead with a 49-0 lead. Defending as Buffalo tries to get out of their own end of the field. Here's the snap back, and Sefka looks near side and throws. He's got his man, but the Spuds are there to make the stop. Janke with the reception, and for Moorhead, the play stopped by Keenan Wendt.
Yep, and that time they had plenty of time to throw, and he just ran a real long, deep out route. And Keenan had to come from that safety spot to make the tackle, and the kid did a nice job of reading that soft spot in the zone, and the quarterback put the ball right on the money for him.
First down, Buffalo. That is, from our calculations, I think the best offensive play that they have put out against the Spuds here tonight.
Yep.
It was well run at the point of attack, well run on the reception end. Spuds covered it well on their end after seeing the play as it developed, and here's Sefker to pass. He's in some trouble, and the play is going to continue on. Moorhead was looking to get a penalty out of the deal on a hold, but the official was right there and watching the whole play develop. And so with that, Jack Newcomb, who was in pursuit of the play, forced the play to the far side, and there it went out of bounds. And at the 37-yard line, it is now second down.
Yeah, Jack was trying to get outside to put the pressure on the quarterback, which he did. The offensive lineman just did a good job of never letting up and keeping the pressure on Jack, and so Jack could never get free to get to him.
Will Poole is wide near left side. Inside of him, a slot back, and he's looking to make sure. Ryan Gahan. Here's the snap and the look back and leaning and throwing and caught up at the 45-yard line. Of course, he can't get up and run again, but Jace Janke has come up with a couple of big plays for Buffalo here in the third quarter. Setting play down across the 45, but not quite the 46-yard line, so third down.
And there was a nice spot there for that receiver to get to. Moorhead blitzed that time. The receiver was on the hash mark on the other side, ran a deep in route. Buffalo did a nice job of protecting him, and he made a nice throw.
A quick check of the play chart on his wrist. Evan Sefker sends receiver wide right, receiver near left. Gahan lines up in the slot right off the right side tackle. Here's the snap back. In pursuit, gets away, leans, throws. He's got his man down at the 4-yard line. Keenan Went was there. The perfectly throw and pass and catch. It looked to be a score, but it comes up just short. And for the first time tonight, Buffalo is in Moorhead territory and threatening.
And a big play, and what a nice throw by that young kid. He threw that thing in the air about 50 yards and put it right on the money. Keenan had good coverage. They just executed a good play that time.
Right at the 3-yard line, it is first and goal, Buffalo. 6:07 and clock running here in the third quarter. Buffalo breaks huddle. Isaiah Carls is back in at quarterback and will take the snap from under center. Hands up. Right side, and the Spud defense is there for the stop. They tried an off-tackle play that Moorhead saw develop, and the stop has made virtually no gain.
Yeah, Jack Tyken was the first one there, and then was really neat to see was Thomas Myers was in there again, Larry.
He's had a big night.
He's had a nice night, and and that's a big offensive tackle that he's going against, and he's getting leverage on him and making plays.
5:20 clock running third. And Buffalo threatening to score as they've spotted it down outside the 3-yard line. Back in, Evan Sefker at quarterback. They're going to have to take a timeout. Play call. The play clock had come down to 2 seconds, and they weren't ready to snap. And so with that timeout call, we've got this break. 5:04 to go on the Speakeasy scoreboard in the third quarter. Moorhead 49, Buffalo nothing.
Inform.com/subscribe. Visit register.inform.com/Y for terms and conditions.
Sefker's back to pass. Out of the timeout, it goes to the end zone, and it is knocked away incomplete. Spuds defending perfectly one-on-one in the end zone to knock the pass away, and that brings up fourth down.
Caden Berg's playing that corner.
Or third down. Correction, I'm sorry, third down.
Yep.
Yes.
Caden Berg's playing that corner, and they sprinted out his way. The guy ran a little pivot route where he looks like he's going to go in and spins out, comes back in. He kept good leverage, made sure he used the correct arm, and he knocked that ball away. It's great coverage.
Nice pass play by Buffalo down to the 3-yard line has set up this scoring opportunity, but a couple of cracks at the line has brought up nothing, and it continues just outside the 3-yard line. Sefker's back to pass. He's being chased. He leans back. He throws, and he throws over the top of his intended receiver, Nick Munster Tiger. And it brings up fourth down.
And Thomas Myers, again, got off his block, chased him, and had his arms around his waist when he threw the ball. That caused him to throw it high. And he's having a nice night.
This play comes with 4:53 to go. From just outside the Moorhead 3-yard line. Evan Sefker brings the Bison to the line. One receiver near side, two receivers far right. Here's Sefker on the handoff.
Oh.
And the play is stopped at the 2-yard line. And the Spud defense, after giving up a big play, comes up with 4 stops, yielding just a yard. And the offense is back on the field as they keep their shutout in play.
Nice job. They had a good line surge at time. They tried to run Gunderson on that wham play, and when he cut it back, the Spuds were there, right there to do it. Jackson Goda filled his hole and made sure that he wasn't going anywhere, and it was a good line surge by the defensive line, Larry.
To start the second half, Gavin Quaid came on at quarterback, a sophomore, and the Spuds near their own end zone now. Let's see if Quaid continues on.
Yep.
Turn, handoff near side, a bit of an opening. 5-10, here it goes. 20 and 30, 30 and 40, down the sideline.
Oh.
And then bumped from behind and out of bounds as Owen Herbst makes the big play, but the Spuds get a great play on a short yardage situation, and that looked to be Carson Went.
Yes, it was.
And so Carson Went speeding his way along, escaping tackle after tackle, gets it up to midfield, and it's first down from there.
It was a little outside zone play called, and he bounced it outside, and then when he turned on the Jets, he was running away from people, and then broke 2 tackles to get extra yards and got him out of the hole. Look how far out of the hole they got.
From their own 3-yard line out to midfield where it's first down. Gavin Quaid hands it off, stuttering away. On his way, Jagger Johnson, junior running back, dances his way for a first down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
They pulled both guards like they're trying to run a sweep, and when the second guard cleared, he just cut right behind him because the linebacker had vacated, and he saw that opening, and that was a nice cut.
Carson Went is back in the lineup now as he has been able to get his breath back again after that scintillating run moments ago. Tanner Kynes is wide, far out left side. David Lindell inside of him. Here's the snap back and the handoff out to the line of scrimmage. Carson Went on the carry, maybe got a yard, doubtful, and it's second down.
Yeah, and that time they just had a little mix up. The transition from the quarterback to giving them the ball, they kind of ran in each other, so it kind of messed up the timing of the play a little bit. He was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
3:43 remaining as Johnson comes back into the lineup for the Spuds. Ball resting at the Buffalo 39-yard line. Kynes wide out left along with Lindell. The wing back on the near side for Moorhead is Kaysen Storbakken. Play goes over to Lindell, and he struggles to get to about the 38. And Lindell's run after picks up a couple of yards, so it'll be third down and 8.
Yeah, trying to run that little wide receiver screen where he bellies out and hopes that the wide receiver that's outside gets a block. He did, but the safety did a nice job of reading what was coming, came up and did a nice job of stopping it for a short gain.
Well, we talked about it at halftime that the clock would continue to run if the Spuds decide to run the ball here in the second half. They have done that. The clock has obliged. We're already down to the 2:42 mark.
Yeah.
We didn't see that happening in the first half.
No.
Here's the snap back, and a whistle stops play. Just as the handoff was taking place, Gavin Quaid, and they're calling Moorhead, I think, false start.
Yep.
There was some movement, I think, along that offensive line for the Spuds, and so with that, a 5-yard penalty will be marked off, and they'll spot it at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and that time the whoever the tight end, I can't see his number, but the tight end on that side kind of did one of those where he comes up a little bit.
Third down and 13, Moorhead. Changes up and down the lineup. The starters for Moorhead tonight played the first half on way to a 49-0 advantage at the break. We're seeing a host of new players in the lineup here in the second half. The snap is back, leaning, looking, chased, and down. Quaid had it slip through his hands, and it rolled and rolled all the way back to the 40-yard line. Quaid caught up to it and then was immediately stopped, so a big loss on the play.
And that's the first bad snap I think I've seen Max Soth have since he took over as a starting center midway through the season last year. And that time he bounced it to him, and it took a funny bounce and went right between his legs.
This play comes with 1:37 to go in the third quarter. Here's Saif Alawi, who has been very instrumental in the way this game has turned out. And it bounces back onto the field of play and goes down at the 28-yard line. It bounced right at the sideline, and normally 99 times out of 100 it skips out of play or perhaps forward, but this one took an abrupt left turn and then was downed at the 29-yard line where it's first down Buffalo.
Must have hit a pile of those little black pellets that are in there, and it hit it just right and pushed it back in. But again, 40-yard punt.
Yeah. 1:20 to go now here in the third.
Now we got a lot of new faces on defense, Larry.
Everywhere.
George
Nienforth is taking a spot on the defensive side.
Yep.
He'll be a corner on the near side. We'll try to catch up on all the other changes that have taken place. As the play comes from Evan Sefker.
Nice.
Play to the right side and stop made. Moorhead's defense again showing strong against the run. There has been only one play that has been significant by Buffalo tonight, and that set them down at the Moorhead 3-yard line. But 4 plays later, Buffalo had not been able to penetrate any further and gave the ball back to the Spuds on downs.
Ilias Davis had time from his defensive tackle spot, Larry. He just slanted down hard, got a hold of him, dropped for a 1-yard loss. Nice play by the young man.
49 seconds to go here in the third. Sefker waiting for the snap. There it is, and he rolls right and looks. Leaning back, throwing off to the far side. He's got his man at the 38, and he steps across the 40 up near the 43-yard line, more than enough for the first down. Nice catch and run by Buffalo, and it's first down for the Bison.
Yeah, Moore got a little bit of pressure on him again, rolled him out, and Jace Janke was the one that caught the ball, and he actually came back a couple of yards, found an open spot in between the corner and the safety, and that young man put the ball right on the numbers.
This one is spotted at the 42-yard line, so what's coming now is possibly the last play of the third quarter. Munster Tiger on the near left side. Sefker waiting on the snap, hands off. Gunderson leaps into the pile, gets some forward yardage and down at the 45-yard line, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We'll go to the mercy clock and fourth quarter of play when we return after 3 quarters from Buffalo. On the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 49, Buffalo nothing. Well, we'll go to running time here in the fourth quarter. Moorhead with a 49-point advantage, 49-0 on the scoreboard. Ball is at the 45-yard line. Buffalo going left to right now as we start the fourth quarter, facing second down and 7. Sefker with receivers wide left side, in the pocket and looking. steps and now steps out and is being chased. He'll come back near side. He's got nobody to go to. We've got all kinds of collision. And fortunately, there's the flag that comes down.
Uh-oh.
And we've got the long pass and run upfield for the score, but we've got holding all the way back at the 35-yard line. We saw that one coming. There was a collision from two Moorhead players collapsing down on the quarterback. A blocker tried to get in the way and help out. They all collided, and that brought the play down. In spite of the fact he still got the pass away and threw a perfect strike that ended up in the end zone, but that's all coming back. So again, things just not happening for Buffalo tonight the way they had hoped it would.
Not at all, and it's too bad because on the run he threw a strike about 40 yards downfield, and Moorhead kind of made a bad decision on defense where the corner on that side decided to come off and start chasing. And that guy came all the way from the left side all the way back over to the right to make that catch. And he showed some good speed. He broke a tackle to score, but unfortunately for Buffalo, it's coming back.
11:43 remaining. To be honest, I do not know all the rules involved in running time. But it's stopped for the assessment of the penalty, and I think that is the excuse for it. Now it's up and running.
Yep. Supposed
Except
to be.
It's not.
No, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Somebody forgot to tell the scorekeeper.
Well, they don't have the pro like we got.
49-0. You talking about Ingersoll?
Yeah.
Got
to give Inge some credit.
Back to pass and looking. Leaning back and throwing. Up and over the top, that's up for grabs, and it is knocked away, and this time it'll be Moorhead.
Interference on Moorhead.
Interference on the defense, and that being the Spuds. And I wonder if Michael Haugo was back playing defense on that play. Yes, he was one of the players that could have been assessed that interference penalty. But
well, what's too bad is it was Moorhead's player was jockeying for position, and he actually pushed off, and it was pretty evident. It was
no question.
Absolutely, it's the right call.
So with the ball brought back.
So it'll be a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
They've spotted it at the 34-yard line.
I'm sorry, this is a high school game. I got them mixed up.
They'll spot it there, 34-yard line, and it's second down.
Yep.
Everybody is finding their way here tonight. Looking for the play. Sefker takes the snap. Leans, looks, steps out of the way, goes the other direction. He's got his man there. Catch is made at the 47. And it's Gunderson with the catch on the step across midfield to the 45-yard line where it's first down now, Buffalo.
I'll tell you what, this young man that's playing quarterback for them right now is doing
He's got a good arm.
Got a real nice arm, and he's got pretty good poise. He had somebody right in his face, and he's still ill-advised sometimes to throw it back across the grain like that, but I mean, he threw a bullet.
11:22 to go. Moorhead scored all of their points in the first half. Accurate throwing by Trey Feeney, who has not played, probably will not play here in the second half. He on the night went 16 for 21. Back to pass and looking. Leaning back and throwing. Throwing deep it goes, and overthrown it goes. Given chase by Will Poole. He was way short of making it there.
Yeah, and he had to throw that a little bit more of a hurry. Mahmoud Munis was just getting ready to light him up when he threw the ball.
So the clock has taken its turn downward as it continues to work, even though that last play was an incomplete pass.
Correct.
Now from the 43-yard line, it is second down and 10. Receiver left, two receivers near right side for Sefker. Spins away from the play and then sends the screen off to the far side. Moorhead's player on that side defeated the block.
Coolio.
And a big step by Giulio Angadi as he stepped away from the play and comes up to make the stop. A loss on the play, and it's third down.
Yeah, they were trying to set up a screen on that side, and Giulio did a nice job of recognizing it. Got past the blocker that tried to, and came up, and then the other hand, I mean, he wrapped him up nice fit and form tackle.
As the Bison break huddle, Poole goes wide, far left side. Munster Tiger wide out on the near side with Janke inside of him. Snap is back. Here's the look upfield. Steps out of trouble and escapes. Big offensive lineman from Moorhead tried to reach out for him and catch him, but Elenius Davis simply could not.
Not enough speed.
He doesn't have sprinter speed.
No, and the young man runs pretty good. Again, on God, he did a great job of coming back to the ball and making sure that he made a tackle, so it's 4th down.
They spotted at the 36-yard line. 4th down and 3. Play clock running down from 15. Bison have had a couple of plays that have ended up in the end zone only to see penalties take them away. Now another opportunity for the Bison. Rolling near side and looking. Upfield and looking. Sefker. Flag is down. Play continues on. It was stopped. It got away. It continued and then stopped once more as Moorhead's tackle finally made by Hakan Peterson. But a penalty against Buffalo for holding will nullify the run, and it should go back to Moorhead now after the 4th down play.
Yeah, the receiver, when he saw that he was going to run, he went to block, and he basically just wrapped his arms all the way around Angadi, who's been all over the place.
Yes. Well, they'll replay 4th down, and the play itself ends up as a 10-yard penalty, putting it back to the 45-yard line.
Yep, from the spot of the fall. And he had gotten enough.
He had gotten the first down, so that's why they'll replay the down.
Yep.
8.5 minutes to go. Kevin Sefker. Oh, we've got movement along the left side. The wing on there. He went on the hard count by his own quarterback.
Yep.
And he's shaking his head. He just did not like the way that turned out, Ryan Gahan. And that'll cost Buffalo more yardage and bring it back to the midfield stripe. So right at the 50-yard line, it's now 4th down and about 20.
Yeah, and when he flinched, Moorhead's defensive end on that side flinched with him, but he flinched first, so Aiden Haya did a nice job of not coming across the line of scrimmage.
Moorhead will make an adjustment just before the play gets underway, and Zion Dyer comes in. That anchors up that offensive or defensive front four just got bigger.
Yep.
And they're already pretty good sized.
And they're good sized people.
Clock will start with 8:32 to go. Snap is back. Sefker looks upfield. He's got time and throws. And this one is picked off. Interception at the 27. The return. Carson Wentz, 45. Carson Wentz still looking for room and is finally dragged down. Second interception tonight by Moorhead. This one, Carson Wentz. And the turnover gives the ball back to Moorhead near midfield.
And he did his dangest. You know, a lot of times when you get an interception on this sideline, they want you to stay the nearest boundary, but there were so many blue shirts there that he took off, and he just about got around that corner, but what a nice job of going up, catching the ball with his hands, tucking away, securing it, and then when the tackle was made, he brought that ball up even higher so that he didn't lose it.
Jager Johnson has returned to the Moorhead lineup. At their own 48-yard line, Moorhead with a 49-0 lead, all scoring in the first half. Making a slight adjustment. Now Moorhead will have to take a timeout. They had the wrong personnel on the field, and at the last moment, Kason Storbakken decided to come onto the field, and that quickly brought the whistle, and it quickly brought Kevin Feeney out, and it quickly brought a stop in play. We'll return, 8:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. On the Speakeasy scoreboard, it's Moorhead 49 and Buffalo 0. A quick return to the field as the Spuds at their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10, and the play is stopped, but not without a struggle before it goes down. May end up actually as a loss. Johnson on the carry ends up back at the 46-yard line, so a loss of 2 on the play.
And again, you can tell that they haven't had a lot of reps like this, and so the transition from the quarterback to the running back wasn't smooth at all, so there was no timing at all on that play.
7:50 remaining. Moorhead out of their huddle. Alon Salmon comes wide near left side. Rolling near side and looking, stepping into the pocket. He's got his man, but it's overthrown. Pass intended near side for David Lindell, but it was just overthrown and he couldn't bring it in. And the play keeps the clock running as we are in running clock time with 7:14 now showing.
Yeah, and that time, right when he was getting ready to throw, he got hit, so the ball came out of his hand a little bit high. And I tell you, it was a nice attempt by Lindell. He almost brought that thing down. He kind of had to climb the ladder, Larry.
A score of interest tonight in high school football in Fargo as we, what was it, 29?
29-0.
9-0, and Cheyenne, West Fargo, and Cheyenne getting the win over Davies tonight. Here's another penalty flag down. And
timeout.
Well, I think he got it called too late because the flag came out.
No, he picked it up and he gave it to him.
There we go. Timeout has been taken, and once again we'll return to Buffalo. 6:42 to go here in the 4th on the Speakeasy Scoreboard. Spuds 49, Buffalo nothing. Stay tuned after tonight's game for our post-game report and our player of the game. Our player of the game is a presentation of Remax Realty. 6:20 clock running, 4th quarter. Moorhead appears very definitely on the verge of picking up an opening season win.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, if ever, that we have seen this many points go on the board so quickly as what we saw here tonight for Moorhead. 49 unanswered points, and that's what we've had no scoring here in the second half. And once again, Alawi with the punt. A running catch made, and the return is grabbed. A shirt grabbing tackle made by the Spuds, and that looked to be Jackson Goda, certainly.
Yeah.
I'd expect that.
And then Håkon Peterson finished him off for him. He hung on as hard as he could, and then, boy, Peterson finished him off.
Play comes down now at the 26-yard line. It'll be first down for the Bison. 5:51 remaining. Spuds are in Moorhead on Friday for their home opener when they take on Alexandria, 7 o'clock from Jim Goda Stadium. Thank you for joining us tonight on 970 WDAY 93.1. Here's the snap back as Buffalo works out of their own end of the field. Nice hole opens up and a big gain, and then gets bumped from behind. He's on his way. We've got a foot race. Can he make it? Yes, he will. And guess who? All the way, Luke Gunderson. He goes the distance on a 74-yard touchdown scamper, Luke Gunderson.
And nice job, too. Ran that inside zone, and he broke that thing back out over the 4 hole. broke a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and then broke 2 more tackles down the field, and then he runs with a nice stride, and he's at 6'3" and about 215 pounds. He's a big high school running back.
He's been very effective tonight when he's had his opportunity.
Yep.
And he caps off the evening for the Bison with a 74-yard touchdown run. And now the point after. And it is Gunderson who does the kicking as well. As he steps back, steps off to the side.
It's actually 33, Larry.
Okay. Here's the snap back as Jaden Ingram approaches, and the kick is up. And the kick is no good. He just missed left. Ingram on the miss, and will return. 5:39 to go. Buffalo has scored on the Speakeasy scoreboard in the fourth quarter. Spuds 49, Buffalo 6.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Well, one was a broken play where the quarterback scrambled, and it's nice to see a young kid can do that. And Moorhead's actually readying themselves for an onside kick here, because why not?
Well, absolutely. Jaden Ingram, who just a moment ago attempted a point after but missed, and now has given way. Here's the try by C.J. Fogelquist. And Fogelquist's approach, he stutters up to the ball, and then it's a short kick taken at the 25, 30. Keenan went across the 37, down at the 38-yard line, and it's first down Moorhead.
And he did the right thing. It was a short kick. He just got what he could. There's no time for them to set up any type of return wall, so he just got as many yards as he could. And that's nice to see. Gave him pretty good field position. See what this unit can do now.
Jagger Johnson again check into the Moorhead lineup. 5.5 minutes remaining. Spuds send Alon Salmon wide out far right side. Flanker on the near left. Here's the handoff as Buffalo gets through and into the backfield to catch Jagger just as he was ready to step forward. And on the play, Jagger Johnson is brought down, and no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Yeah, Cody Grosinger did a good job. Moorhead pulled their guards trying to run kind of like that sweep they do, and he just made sure that he turned his shoulders down inside so that he couldn't get hooked, and there was no place for him to run. That was a nice play by that defensive end.
Gavin Quaid has come on in the second half, has played both the third now and the fourth quarter in place of starter Trey Feeney, who put up some big numbers in the first half. Here's the throw out to the far side, and David Lindell has a nice catch and run. He's at the 40.
Wow.
At the 30, David Lindell is bumped from behind, and out of bounds he goes. Oh, what a catch and run by David Lindell.
Yep, he was the inside twin out there that time. Just ran that 5-yard hitch like the other kids have been doing. But he's got some speed. He outran about 3 or 4 people that had the angle on him.
We've seen that tonight. Moorhead has more than their share of speed.
Yes, they do.
And they have used it to their abilities.
He pulled away from people.
David Lindell.
I thought he was going to score.
4:43. Clock running here, fourth quarter. Spuds are now threatening after that run by Lindell. Quaid takes the snap.
Fumble.
And the ball is dropped but picked up and recovered, and scramble is on. Let's see which way it goes.
He picked it up himself.
I think he was able to find the handle on it and pull it back in before losing control. And it
actually, Larry, Linnaeus Davis picked it up and got positive yards. He's got one carry for 3 yards.
They have to put that in the playbook
Somehow.
That brings our clock inside of 4 minutes to go.
He was striding pretty good when he got up.
From the 3-yard line. Snap is back. Chase is on, thrown to the end zone and overthrown. He escaped the sack and got the throwaway just in time. Sails over the intended receiver, and I think that was Connor Hench. And so with that, it brings up, the clock is running now with 3.5 minutes to go.
I don't know how he got that pass away because the guy had him by the back of the shirt, and somehow he just strong-armed it out that way and almost got to completion.
Moorhead. That was what? I think that might be the first pass attempt of the second half.
Other than.
And it was a scramble. Yeah, except for that, yes, certainly.
Nope.
There, that one is caught from behind.
Yep.
Carls comes up with another big play, and I suspect that as this season goes into next week, Isaiah Carls will find more and more time at his linebacking position rather than as a quarterback. Not because he couldn't handle the job, but they've got a second player in Evan Sefker that seems more than capable of being a good passer and play caller.
Yeah, and he did a nice job from that linebacker spot of recognizing that play and coming through that open gap.
2.5 minutes remaining. Spuds threatening after that last play, a loss, and to the end zone it goes.
Touchdown.
A catch is made. Touchdown. Deep in the near corner. Michael Haugo is there. He goes above. He's a tall receiver. He got above the defender, hauls it in for the score, and the Spuds are on the board.
Yeah, and he must be a little bit of a basketball player too, because he walled him.
He's a lot of basketball player.
But he walled him off real good. Then used his height to his advantage and walled him off, and went up and got that ball at its highest peak. That was a nice job and a nice throw also.
That sound you hear in the background is Mom. And sister. 2:24 to go. And there's been a penalty assessed against Buffalo, and that will be registered against the kickoff as If Alawi puts one on the way. He's 8 for 8 tonight. We'll return. 2:24 to go on the Speakeasy scoreboard. Moorhead 55 and Buffalo 6.
It's a monster of a sell-off.
Well, the Spuds put one in the end zone on the ground here in the late going as they score, or they get it down close and on the ground, and then dumped one up on over the top to Haugo, who hauled it in for the score. But it was all set up by some running plays, and with 2:24 to go, the Spuds now lead it 56-6 as the two teams each score here in the waning moments.
Yep, they check each other out that time. But I tell you what, that was a nice ball that he threw, and nice job by Haugo walling off, like I said, like he's getting a rebound, which it was, and he just went up and got it.
Well, you take a look at, if you want to project our look on the sport here tonight as to what might be on the court this winter.
Yeah.
We've got a possibility of Michael Haugo. We've got both the Wall Falls that will play. We've got Trey Feeney that will play. Virtually 4 of the starting 5 possible for Moorhead's basketball on the field here tonight. Here's the approach. And away.
See ya.
Oh, my. That one was driven deep and beyond.
It almost hit that camera stand back there.
Another kick beyond the end line, or the end zone, rather. 2:24 remaining. He's worked out. Apparently, he's been spending some time getting that leg to work.
Well, I tell you, he had
Saif Alawi.
Yeah, he had a nice leg last year, but now, I mean, he's just got strength coming out of there. He keeps kicking like this. We might get to find out where he's going to be on Saturdays.
Clock will get underway with 2:24 remaining. Wide receivers, far left. Evan Sefker waiting for the snap. Here's the turn and the handoff.
Nice.
And the Spuds defense comes up with a plugged hole and makes the play.
Yep. Jake Thielke that time, they tried to run that inside zone, and he just took that big frame of his and plugged up that hole, made the tackle.
Austin Schultz also in on the play. Some of these names that we're mentioning are sophomores.
Yes. And they are big sophomores.
Play call from the sideline. Don't let it get behind you. Running this one down from the 1:48 mark here in the fourth quarter. Sefker, snap, stepping, throwing, near side, Monster Tiger, caught, wrapped up, and brought down.
Jake Thielke.
That was Thielke on the play. Hakan Peterson also helping out on the stop, and it's a 5-yard gain for Buffalo to bring up third down.
There's a nice read from him because they set up that screen. He's coming in hard off that left defensive end spot. He recognized screen, turned around, showed pretty good speed to stop him. That could have been a bigger gain. And, of course, I think once he gets him wrapped up, nobody's going anywhere.
We are at the 1-minute mark. There's the snap back. He looks left, nobody there. Looks upfield. He's got his men, but he overthrew him. It was right there for Will Poole, and it was on his hands and nobody around him. But it slipped away incomplete.
Yeah, he just peeked upfield just a little bit, see if he was going to get hit, and took his eyes off the ball a little bit. And that ball was right on the money. It was a nice throw, and it was a good route. He just didn't finish it off.
6 seconds between the game clock and the play clock, so they'll have to put this ball into play. And a late arrival to the huddle is quarterback Evan Sefker. But he's got the play call made. He heads up. Very likely the last play here tonight. Moorhead making a quick defensive adjustment as well. Here's the snap back. And the big defensive play is there at the 30-yard line, and that's going to run it down. This one goes to Moorhead. A very surprising and eruptive first half of play with big points on the board. A recap of tonight's game and our player of the game when we return. After this timeout on the Speakeasy scoreboard, Moorhead 56, Buffalo 6.
The directors of Corismo Funeral.
Total receptions, 4 of them for scores.
Yep, and you watched both those, but you watch Blake, and he's got a second gear when he gets it in the open field, and so does Brady. But 4 touchdowns in the first game of the year, Yeah, I think that's probably a good spot for
Our
it.
player of the game brought to you by Remax Realty. Blake Wolthall is our player of the game. 5 receptions, 4 for scores. And the Spuds put up big numbers tonight. 56-6 was the final. We also got some defensive plays that counted as Julio Angadi picked a pass and scored. And later on, another interception by Moorhead that turned the ball, got the turnover back, and they were able to eventually score off that drive. And it was pretty much all Moorhead tonight. A couple of things that they saw that didn't quite turn out for Buffalo. It just wasn't going to be a good thing for them tonight. The things that you'd like to see are breaks for you were against Buffalo tonight. Penalties coming at the wrong time, plays mishandled at the wrong time. And that doesn't take anything away from what Moorhead was able to do. But
they did not look like a first game team.
No. Well, they've been practicing all summer. Back with us again next Friday when Moorhead hosts Alexander. Here tonight from Buffalo, our final score on the Speakeasy scoreboard. Spuds 50.
Here now with our Remax Realty player of the game. It is Blake Wolthall tonight. Blake, offense off to an impressive start in the first half. 6 touchdowns on all of your guys' possessions. How important was it to get off to a fast start in game 1?
Yeah, it was definitely important just knowing we haven't played in a little while. Just get those first couple touchdowns really helped to get the momentum going. And after that, we didn't really look back. Just kept getting good yardage plays and just didn't look back from there.
Yeah, you had 5 catches on the game. 4 of them were for touchdowns. How important is that to you to get into the end zone? Does it make a difference to you at all, or you just try and catch the ball and run?
No, it definitely makes a difference. I mean, just like I said, just getting going right away, and it really gets the team going. And after that, we just didn't.
Your quarterback, Trey Feeney, with another successful night as well. How key is it to have him throwing the ball to you and know that it's always going to be there for you?
Yeah, it's really fun playing with him. I mean, he's really good, great quarterback. He kind of runs, throws, does it all, and just having that chemistry with him really helps. And just throughout the game, we just got going and just kept going. They didn't look back.
All right, you guys are 1-0. How important was it to get this first win on opening night going into week 2?
It was really good just because get off to a fast start, and you never know when our last game could be. So just, I guess, keep moving forward, and can't wait for the next one.
All right, that is your Remax Realty player of the game, Blake Wolthall, tonight as the Spuds roll 56-6 in the opener against Buffalo.